Welcome to the show, everyone. As you all know, I talk about everybody else but me on this show, and what I love about it the most is the information that everybody gets. My first guest has been on with me for years. I have with me Howard Farkash, who is an insurance and benefits advisor. Welcome back to the show. You've been here many, many times. Everybody knows to just call Howard. We're live on Facebook, so I do want to say hello to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We'll share this show later.
And good afternoon to everybody.
And I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what we're going to talk about today.
Well, Carol, happy to be here once again. Happy to be here in Phoenix as opposed to back in the Midwest where I really am from, where spent most of my life before I came out here. But in 1997, I came out here to help my parents in their retirement. I thought it was a wonderful place. I was just about ready to retire from my occupation, so I decided to come out here and stay. I played golf for a couple of years. My score never went down, so I said I better go back to work. And when I owned my own company, which I did, I actually supervised, in a way, the insurance and benefits program. So I knew it from the buying side. I said, let's turn around and try to be an advisor to people about their insurance and about their benefits. So I've been doing this kind of work actually ever since 1997, 1998 time frame. I run an agency, and what we do is we specialize in benefits. Benefits are the basis for a financial plan. You want to protect what you have. You want to protect your income, you want to protect your assets. And because of that, you buy various types of insurances, things like health insurance or Medicare, long-term care, disability income. Those are the life insurance, of course. Those are the tenets of, if you don't have those in place, you could lose what you've been working towards or what you've already worked for. So you want to stay very up on your benefit programs. My agency does have a long line on Medicare, but we also work with other kinds of products just as well. And I think I'd like to turn the conversation today is to ask, what don't they tell you when you sign up for health insurance? I'd like that to be our theme, basically.
I like that. And one of the things that you had done, and I got to talk about you for a minute, because one of the things about Howard is he is so incredibly meticulous, and especially when it comes to educating your clients. It's amazing what you do.
Well, that's very important. Of course, one of the nice things about our agency is we have clients who have been with us literally for 15 to 20 years, as it were, basically, because they understand what they bought, why they buy it, and how it fits in with their particular needs. One of the things that's happening in our industry these days is we're going, quote unquote, robotic. From everything from telephone calls to entice people to buy things, all the way on through the electronic sign-ups. We're losing a lot of personal touch, and unfortunately that leads people to making uneducated decisions about what it is that they're looking at. And the decisions they're making now when they come into Medicare at age 65, the decisions they're making now may last with them for another 20 or 25 years. So it's important that they do indeed find a broker who is of the old school. And the old school is, of course, more than transactional, is actually relationship building, because things change over time and you want to know how to affect those changes more efficiently.
Well, you know, earlier you told me something, and you opened up my eyes, because right now we have seniors that are seasoned seniors, but then we also have younger seniors. New seniors who are used to the newer way. But it's amazing, because I would have said to you, gosh, I would think that all seniors would want to do it more on the old way of doing things, because it's more personable.
Well, but the whole culturization, as it were,
it's amazing.
Is leading us to accept this as normal. I relate to folks who want to really understand what they're doing, want in-depth knowledge, and they get that from our agency.
I think that's awesome. Today you wanted to talk a little bit about what they don't tell you when you sign up for health care. And you also told me before you came on that you have a white paper on that, and it is awesome. So we can open up the lines of the audience for you. I think what we'll do is we'll give them your number so they can call you direct for this, because this is a little different. Go ahead.
That's fine, and that number is?
And that number is to call them 602-909-8433.
Yes, well, here's what really goes on in the real world, as it were. Insurance plans will tell you that you're covered. But what they don't tell you, at least not loudly, is what you still owe after you've had an experience, basically. Whether you're on Medicare Advantage, or you're on a supplement, or Obamacare, or high deductible employer plan, even VA and TRICARE for life, or CHAMP VA, and these are all government-run programs. There are gaps. There are gaps in coverages. Deductibles, co-pays, days that run out, days of care that run out, and services that stop short. And when this happens, those gaps can cost thousands of dollars. At my agency, we help protect people beyond Medicare and health insurance. We show them where the exposure is and how to shrink that into something much more manageable, basically. When the insurance sounds good, while insurance sounds good, more complete coverage feels even better. So we're looking at making sure that we're completely covering you properly, basically. If you live here in Phoenix or in Arizona, go ahead and just call me, call Howard.
Go ahead, Howard.
Go ahead, 602-909-8433. Because we know that knowing that you're covered is good, but how to save thousands of dollars is even better, basically.
Now, I do want to give out his number for 602-909-8433. I want to talk about the white paper, because one of the things that you want them to do is call you and get this, and I want you to describe what it is all about.
Sure. What that white paper will do is actually talk about the uncovered areas in most health plans. Now, I'm speaking generally now. Your plan may cover some of what I say, but it may not cover all of what I say. So it's important to really know what your coverages are and what your exposures are. And when I say exposure, I mean what your wallet is exposed to, what is not being covered by your insurer, basically. So the first thing that comes to mind is hospitalizations. Many plans have a per diem for being in the hospital. Other plans have a deductible for being in the hospital. But when you walk out of the hospital, it's no matter what your plan, it's not unusual that you may have a bill of $1,500 to $2,000. That would not be unheard of. Very, very typical. Well, what does that mean to various people? Some people, that's chump change. To other people, that's a very serious deal. It's going to mean a change in how they run their life, at least in the immediate future. Now, it is possible that the hospital will work with you and give you a payment plan on that, but quite often the hospitals turn that over to credit card companies, basically. You may not know what you've signed for at the hospital, but they've turned your paperwork over to a credit card company, and that is no longer medical debt. Medical debt sometimes gets forgiven, but that's no longer medical debt once it gets turned over to a credit card company. So you don't want to get involved with that. Miss some payments. Now, the hospitals will tell you sometimes it's an interest-free payment plan. And that's true, it is, as long as you make your payments on time. But miss a payment, and you may revert back to $1 for interest charging, basically. So keep that kind of thought in mind. Hospital indemnity is the kind of additional product that you can get to cover this exposure. And that's pretty important to a lot of people.
Money is the first thing that is important to a lot of people. And just call Howard. His phone number is 602-909-8433. We're going to go to a break, but when you call him, ask him about his white paper, especially the one that is going to have you learn how to interview an advisor such as himself. And that'll be cool. We're going to go for a break. What do you want to say real quick?
Sounds good. I was going to say, don't do this yourself.
We're going to come back and we're going to say that again for everybody. Again, just call Howard, and his phone number is 602-909-8433. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute. Are we doing okay?
Hot mic, right?
Huh?
We're still hot?
Well, we are hot in here from
Okay.
there. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
this is fine.
Good. And I want, when we come back, I do want you to talk about the white paper, about how it's about interviewing
Okay.
an advisor,
Yes.
because I just said that.
And then I want to come back and I want to tell some more of the things that are not covered.
Okay,
Yeah. We'll finish. We'll be fine.
we're okay.
We're doing good.
I got it.
We're having fun yet?
I always
Are we having
do.
fun yet?
I always do. You know, it's really difficult because a lot of people, they don't know what they don't know.
Yes.
Right?
That's what this is all about.
Right. And I have to also say it's a free service.
That's a good thing. This is, you don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Today you might know a little bit more.
Yeah, but you're hearing a little bit, but it's, you really gotta call and talk and have that
Mhm.
conversation to understand it even more.
You see, I'm trying to get to a larger market than just the Medicare market. I'm
Mhm.
trying to get to a larger market than just the Medicare market.
Yes,
Right,
okay.
yeah.
You cold?
No, I'm
You okay?
fine, I'm comfortable.
I'm glad we have 30,
Pardon me?
that we have 30, I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad. I've listened to all the guys who do what I do, talking about the Medicare. I just had to do something different. It got boring. You will see other guys coming in with ancillaries. It's the wave of the future.
So welcome back, everyone. We are talking with Howard Farkash, an insurance and benefits advisor. And at the break, you know, we still talk a little bit to Facebook land out there. And when we do, I learn a lot more. And one of the things that I said, and I've said it a lot on this show, is that you don't know what you don't know. And what I love is that what he has created is this white paper that is going to tell you how to interview an advisor. What are the questions to ask? You don't know, right?
Well, that's very important because realistically, I do say you should not try this by yourself. It's deceptively deep. It looks like a small puddle, but it's really, really, really deep. And you want to work with somebody who is knowledgeable and understands the field. Of course, you can call me. Happy to work with you. But you may want to call others. But how do you find out about who is a good broker and what it means to be a good broker? You really need to, because you're really hiring somebody to do a job for you. Now, you don't pay us. We get paid by the carrier that you select. But we are working for you. Our first loyalty really is to you, to be sure that you get the right plan. And because of that, you want to make sure that you don't get a broker who has an agenda coming through the door. Because we don't get paid equally on every plan that's out there, which sets up a practice that is all too often what happens. You wind up with steering people into products that are good for the broker, but not necessarily the greatest or the best for the beneficiary or the person, basically. So for all this, I created a white paper so you could do an interview and find out whether or not a fellow or a gal is right for you to be the broker. That's what's really important. The questions on that white paper will begin to shred out the good from the bad, basically.
Just call Howard and ask for the white paper at 602-909-8433. This is a free service to you, so it just makes sense to call someone here, local obviously, and to get the information.
And Carol, what I want to do now is actually return for a moment or two to the other ways that what they don't tell you.
So what are
They don't
they?
tell you when you're first getting your health insurance, basically. Health insurance doesn't cover recovery care, basically. Or if it does cover it, only to a limited and a medical extent, basically, but it doesn't cover you for non-medical care, basically. So things like helping you, if you've gone home to recover, things like helping you to the restroom, or preparing your meals, or even getting you out of bed and into a chair. That's not necessarily covered, basically. Sure, the physical therapist will come, the occupational therapist will come, the speech therapist will come, a doctor or a nurse may come to see you, but there's still what happens during the rest of the day. Oh, that's when my daughter comes, that's when my son comes. Well, your daughter's working, your son's out of town, you have to hire help to come into the home in order to help you. There are products available for home health care, and people should look at that and see how it fits into their plan for going forward, basically, because that can become expensive. Some of that care is required on a long-term basis, other on a short-term basis. So you need to find out about this, learn about it, and see how it fits you. So that's just one of the things. You might need, if I'm talking to a younger population, and I do talk to young folks, hey, how about you're raising a family and your son's in soccer and your daughter's playing on the softball team? What's your accident protection look like? Because sports injuries do happen. So should you have additional coverage? Is your regular coverage going to be sufficient? If you've got those high deductible Obamacare plans, maybe not. You'll be shelling out a lot of money in order to meet that deductible. So keep that thought in mind. The kinds of ancillary products that are available apply to people of all ages. And it doesn't matter whether you're on TRICARE, which is a TRICARE for Life, which is a phenomenal plan for medical retirees. The long-term care provisions are almost non-existent. You can look hard and find something, but it's not necessarily a plan that meets today's design and today's characteristics. So no matter who you are, there are reasons why you should look at ancillary benefits. Dental is sometimes called ancillary. Yeah, a lot of the Medicare Advantage plans have dental, but it's very limited. It may be limited. I've seen plans as low as a $500 allowance for the entire year. Maybe you need more. Maybe you should have more. Those maybes represent maybe a lot of dollars, and that's what we should be looking at. So that's the purpose of today's show, is to take a look at how we can help people out in that area. We haven't talked about cancer, heart attack, and stroke, which are big money grabbers because of the recovery care that we talked about, because of the treatments, okay? Because of the drugs that are used to treat some of the cancers. They may not be on plan formularies. If you had cash, if you had an indemnity plan, first diagnosis cancer, $10,000, $20,000. No, you didn't win a lottery, but you sure didn't win a bag of poo either, okay? So that's pretty important, to be able to have that extra money to aggressively fight that cancer battle, basically. These are the things you need to look at. This is what they don't tell you when you buy or you sign up for your health insurance plans.
Just call Howard, and also you can ask for that white paper. He's got a couple of them for everybody. 602-909-8433. This is a free service to you. Please call him today at 602-909-8433.
So here's the question there. Here's the mentality that I think somebody has to go through. You can be exposed to these services, these ancillary products. You can know what they cost, and then you can make a decision whether you want them or you don't want them. As I mentioned earlier, some people will say, I can afford this. I can afford to pay my deductible. I can afford to pay my hospital co-pays. Well, okay, that's great and good for you, but not everybody can. And that's where this comes in. So why pay full retail when you can, or even a full deductible, a full copay system? Why pay that when you can get it discounted to pennies on the dollar, basically? And that's what insurance is all about. It's eliminating risk and giving you a chance to pay pennies in order to get dollars back later on, if and when adverse events, unforeseen events, come into play.
So when they call you, okay, it's like you're gonna go over and do a review for them, right? Is that how
Everything-
that's gonna?
Everything starts with a review. One of the
Review.
fallacies in our system, basically, is we all focus on this October to December review period. We can review all year. In fact, if we review now, what plan are you on? And I'm speaking more specifically about Medicare Advantage. Let's review your plan right now, okay? You're locked into it, you can't get out of it. Okay, fine, that's good, but you're gonna have a chance to get out of it. Let's identify the weaknesses in that plan and let me know what plan you're on. So when those plans are revealed to us in October, we're not trying to put 500 people into 6 weeks worth of work, basically. I'll know what you're on originally, right now, and if I see something better, I'll bring it to your attention.
Mhm.
We don't have to wait until October to do a review.
Right,
And
everybody thinks of it that
I do
way.
reviews all year long,
Right.
so I am prepared. And that is a hallmark of our agency, preparation before presentation.
Well, and you should see how he does prepare for each and everyone. Though we are talking about healthcare for everyone, you know.
Oh,
today.
that's right, but let's not forget the other benefits that I work with. And I do, we talk about life insurance, that's important just as well. And life insurance comes in all many different forms. Again, which one is best for you? Gee, we gotta find out. What are your objectives? Yours is different than your neighbor's. Now, people don't buy life insurance because they can't park in front of their house and have their neighbors come over and drool over it, okay? It's a very personal purchase. So there's life insurance, there's disability income insurance. When you can't go to work because of injury or illness, you still need income, disability insurance. And as I mentioned earlier, we have long-term care products just as well.
You know, it's what I again love about you is that you're so everything that you do is you're very I want to say the word intricate because I don't know if that's the right word, but you really like to make sure that you have dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's with each one of your clients.
My close friends say I'm anal.
Okay, I didn't want to say that about you
Okay.
anyway. But, you know, I think it's important for people to understand that there are things that you may not know, things that come up, right?
Absolutely.
And having the questions answered by Howard, all you have to do is just call Howard at 602-909-8433. Again, it's a free service to you. He does have a couple of white papers that he has written on. Some of them are what they don't tell you about before you even sign up for health insurance. And the other one is on how to interview an advisor. And it is an interview. You are hiring that person to do the job for you.
That's right. Now, I want to clarify one thing. Sometimes coming to your show, sometimes I think maybe I come off as if I'm a know-it-all. I know a lot, I learned a lot, but I still have a lot to learn. This field is ever growing, ever changing, and I enjoy keeping up with it.
What I love about it is that you are passionate about what you do and you love helping people and educating them. Just call Howard. His number is 602-909-8433, and don't forget to ask for his white papers.
That's it. Thank you very much. Good seeing you, good hearing you, good talking to you. Bye for now.